Eduardo. Show is about to start. Hey, Adoni. Adoni, long time. I only Instagram and see your likes and comments. Adoni, lovely name. Let's get the show started, man. It's showtime. Am I sounding like I'm not sounding well? Yeah, I'm good now. I have 20 gigabytes to give out today. 20 gigabytes of data to give out today. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Two, three, four, go! All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafi Matthew, as you love to call me the Elegbete One of Sports. I'm actually the son of the Elegbete One of Udo Kingdom. All right, okay, in case you don't know that, that's where this whole thing came from. All right, let's push it straight up. Wow, somebody's already on the YouTube live stream. This data, I must give it away today. 20 gigabytes, I must give it away today. All right, so you can join us across our platform on Instagram. It's Elegbete One. On YouTube, it's Elegbete TV Sports. It says Elegbete TV Sports here. And on Facebook, just search for me, and you will join us. So the reason why we're not doing a Facebook Live on the fan page, we notice that the fans are not always there. So it goes blank and it doesn't make sense. But gradually we'll start going. Just search for Elegbete TV Radio on Facebook and like our page. So because eventually that's what we'll migrate to and be streaming from there. Congratulations to the Super Eagles. They proved that the loss at the Teslim Balogun Stadium was just a blip. Not really that Central African Republic was anything bad. But then there was so much dirty antics from the Central African Republic that I don't get. In this age and time in African football, we still behave in such barbaric and scrupulous manners. You know, we still resort to arm twisting to try to get a result. I understand anyway, if you play the Super Eagles, you just want to get a result by all means. You know, you want to do anything to get a result. But then, congratulations to France. These guys are bulldozing their way. The last time they won the World Cup in 1998, 2 years later, they went on to win the Euros. Okay, the Belgium and Holland were the host at the time, and they won the Euros with a golden goal from Golden Boy David again. This time around again, Golden Boy scored the second goal for them to beat Spain 2-1. Last time they beat Italy the same way in the finals of the Euro, but this time is the Euro Nations League. That's how they converted all their friendlies to a competition with a trophy. Portugal won it the first time, and this is the second edition. And they are the winners. Beautiful one for them. Congratulations to France. They've proven that they just don't win one trophy. When they win one, they put another one on top. So this is the icing on the cake. They need a sherry now on top of that one. They would have won the Euro anyway, but Italy was not having anything about that. So let's talk about some of the major talking points. Newcastle is the major conversation in club football right now. Nobody can beat that. And just the minute the transaction was done, the first casualty is against Steve Bruce. Goes back to what I always say. Oh, Ireke on my Instagram today. Good. Now, goes back to what I always say. You can never win a title with English coaches. How is it? I mean, if it's coincidence, then prove me wrong. But how is it that immediately the takeover was announced, the first man on the chopping block was the coach? Nobody's even saying, okay, let's support the coach, let's give him the money needed. They just made it clear that, look, they don't even want him for their first game. That is how bad it is. Like, nobody rates English coaches. What can the English do? I think the next time I will interview Martin Tyler, I'm going to ask him that question. With all the facilities that they have, great league, amazing media, and I must give them credit for that. And some crazy, beautiful youth program that they are putting together. The English have actually sorted out that youth program. How is it that their coaches, they can't sort the coaching side of things? What is really the problem? Okay, so some people will point to Steven Gerrard, like Steven Gerrard is coming, he's gone a season unbeaten with Glasgow Rangers, but hey, that's the Scottish League. That is the Scottish League. I could practically coach the Scottish League and win the title for 20 years running without losing a match. So, come on, not like I'm a bad coach anyway. I'm a good coach. I'm a very, very good coach. I've got a a UEFA C license. I've got a diploma from the NIS, so I could do that. Okay, so let's go back to these gist and rumors that are going on. And you know, Arsenal is like tortoise. Their name must always be there. Man, let me tell you this, the new name that will be on every gist. If I read this story and there's no Newcastle, just take it that I have misled you guys today. But let me throw in the quiz. So for those of you that are in Nigeria, I think you will need to look at this carefully. Which 4 players from Iceland, Israel, Kenya, and Lithuania won UEFA European Cup or Champions League medals? 4 players. They are 4 players. I'm a bad ass. Oh, man. I'm a bad guy. So tell me the 4 players from. I'm giving you expo. It's very easy now. 4 players from Iceland, Israel, Kenya, and Lithuania. I'm very, very sure that you guys think that nobody from Kenya has ever won the UEFA Champions League. So you're gonna get this one now, and I am open your eyes to one reality. 4 players that won the UEFA European Cup or the Champions League medals, and they are from Iceland, Israel, Kenya, and Lithuania. Okay, so go look for those players, come out with them, and then we'll have a conversation. The first person with the answer, because I know, like you see, it's not like anybody out there just have it in their brain. You guys are going to go search it online and try to get it on Google. I know Google has made life difficult for people who are examiners, but listen, for as long as you're going to answer that question on my YouTube live stream, you would win it. I don't care how you search for it, but just go, just go, search for it, and then come back to Papa and let me know. First person to bring it up, and then don't forget on the show, you know how it is, you and I. So whatever observation you have, whatever question you have, throw it up on the Instagram live stream, on the Facebook live stream, or the YouTube live stream, or you can also go to, you can also call in on 07025 000069. Okay, I'm 07025 000069, or you can send in WhatsApp message only on 08034277165. Okay, so let's get with the stories that I have for you. Arsenal are considering a move for Liverpool and England midfielder Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. The 28-year-old spent 6 years with the Gunners before moving to Anfield in 2017. My question on this, and you can join in on the conversation: what the hell does Arsenal need Oxlade-Chamberlain for? What value is he going to bring? Medical experience, hospital? I don't understand how to get injuries or what. What is he really going to bring to the team? Barcelona Vice President Rafael Yuste has played down the chances of Spanish club being in the market to sign Norway striker Erling Braut Haaland. No, they're not getting money, no fit. Forget playing that. You're from Borussia Dortmund next summer. Yes, that's according to Mundo Deportivo in the Spanish capital. Okay, so let's get past that one and move. Brazil forward Neymar. Okay. I said Brazil forward Neymar, 29, has suggested the 2022 World Cup in Qatar could be his last, as the Paris Saint-Germain forward is unsure if he has the strength to mind the deal, the strength of mind, to deal with football anymore. Okay, Barcelona may offload France winger Ousmane Dembele, the king of injury currently, if the 24-year-old does not extend his contract with them, and the Spanish club could then try to sign Manchester City and England forward Raheem Sterling. Okay, Raheem Sterling 26 as his replacement. That is according to Sports Odo in Spain. Okay, England captain and forward Harry Kane, 28, loves Tottenham and will lead the club rebuild according to Sports transfer chief Fabio Paratisi. That love is an enforced one. And Sir Smiley said Chamberlain again. They don't need him now. Oh, or they just like players. We get Chambers for their name. All right, I like that. Okay, so go back to the quiz. I asked a question earlier on, and I said that if you want to win my 20 gig of data across any Nigerian network, okay, Iroike say, bros, take him easy now. King of injury, but he's the king of injury. Osman Dembele is the king of injury now. Come on. Okay, official Awusi say Maria Litmanin, Benayu, and Good Johnson. But yeah, you're on Instagram, and I don't think that's the correct answer anyway. I suppose that answer is supposed to be coming on my YouTube live stream. But okay, let me not even give people, I was writing that. That's not the answer, so I'm not even going to bother myself talking about it. Let's just move on past that one and see. You'll be shocked at the answer at the end of the show, but definitely that's not the answer. That's not the answer. Definitely not the answer. I can tell you that for free. That's not the answer. The question once again is which 4 players from Iceland, Israel, Kenya, and Lithuania won the UEFA European Cup or the Champions League medals? Okay, and you will see. What camera? When I'm done, you will know that that's not the answer. But please, if you have the answer, go to my YouTube live and drop it there. But that definitely is not the answer, I will say. Okay, so let's go further down and continue the conversation that I was having. I told you Newcastle is going to be in the G's, isn't it? Okay, England captain and forward. Okay, I've said that. Newcastle United's new owners are considering replacing manager Steve Bruce with Leicester City's Brendan Rodgers, Rangers manager Steven Gerrard, or ex-Borussia Dortmund boss Lucien Favre. Okay, all of these three. All of these three. Take my word for it. Anyone they employ, they are like Mark Hughes when Manchester City discovered new oil money. They are stopgap. The target of the coach that they want, these 3 names, no one did it. Former RB Leipzig coach Ralf Rangnick is also being looked at by the new Newcastle United hierarchy for the role of sporting director. You said the thing about money. Money will amplify your desires. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Lucifer. This is the series Lucifer. You know when Lucifer comes to you and he said, "What do you desire?" And he hypnotizes you with his Luciferian reason. That Lucifer is nice anyway. I mean, if that's what Lucifer is, everybody would like to follow Lucifer. I'm just saying. But remember that your pastors don't cast and bind Lucifer. Your pastors actually cast and bind the devil. So let's try and understand. That's the thing about religion that I don't understand most times. But let's get past that. I'm not talking religion today. Newcastle United will target 4 Manchester United players when the transfer window reopens in January. Straight. They're in a hurry. Okay? They're in a hurry. Like, they're in a rush. Warren boys will say, at the Hodge. Like, at the Hodge, where the babe, at the Hodge. I don't take some things. My body, the Hodge. These guys, they're the Hodge. He's not even like, let's wait for next summer. Let's give it a break. Let's try and put ourselves together. The next thing you hear now, they say they want to break down the stadium and then they want to build something Gangantuman. You know, and a baby grammar and these points. Okay. Newcastle United will target 4 Manchester United players when the transfer window reopens. Now this is the strategy. The strategy is, first of all, deplete some of the teams that might be competition to you. So to take off some Manchester United player, because right now Manchester United is the rising star in English football. They are just about reappearing again on the summit, and they are one team that when they get to the summit, they get support, political support, royal support, and all that. So let's break their wings. Let's cut them down to size, and we have the money to do it. Okay, official Awusi, can you please go to YouTube and put your answers? And these answers you are putting is not correct. Please, Yusuf and Ayub, call. You see, Yusuf and Dog, me. Okay. When transfer window opens in January with France striker Anthony Martial, that Legbere now one side, I'll be doing money miss road. Let me not say anything now. Netherlands midfielder Donny van der Beek. Guys, are you people planning to assemble a legion of failure? I hope that this money is not like Anzi Machashkala money, because these people they are beginning to name players that look like the players that Anzi Machachkala signed that year. Even that name itself will make the club no prosper. And that's why they didn't prosper. Okay, an Ivory Coast defender. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why are they helping Manchester United to get rid of all the terrible players in their squad? Eric Bailey and England. I'm done. Newcastle, this is not true. This is a lie. Jesse Lingard call bodyguard me. Come on for that place. I mean, giving me stories that are not true. As somebody who go and waste money on those players. Juventus will use Wales midfielder Aaron Ramsey, who is 30, as a make weight in the attempt to bring Manchester United and France star Paul Pogba. So Man United will go and sign Aaron Ramsey. Who is Aaron Ramsey? That was not Ivy, but that was boring. Okay, Ramsey turned and they moved to Wolves in the summer. You know, we go Wolves. Okay, but now plans to leave Juve in January. We're not so interested in Newcastle again. Tottenham are being linked with trying to sign American midfielder Weston McKennie, 2023, and 21-year-old Sweden attacking midfielder Dejan Kulusevski. That Andre Pello wanted to convince us that guy is the next best thing since Jesus Christ carried the cross of Calvary from Uwiri to Calvary. Unfortunately, he was unable to convince us as he was fired. Tottenham are also eyeing 28-year-old Spain striker Alvaro Morata, another failure, as a possible replacement for England. Actually, they wanted to keep him. Morata is currently on loan at Juventus from Atletico de Madrid. Okay, Liverpool are ready to step up their interest in Wolves and Spain winger Adama Traore, the bodyguard, and the guy who likes to pour granola oil on his body. Okay, he's 25 years old. Maybe because Diego Jota did well, they think if they go back to Wolves and sign a player, maybe he would do well. That guy, he would just be the bodyguard at their training ground. He would not play. Well, he fits Genge pressing style, run, never tire. You can only run. That song, Trilogy was thinking of Adama Traore when he was writing that song. Adama Traore, you can only run past Trilogy. You got to run, man. Okay. Somebody again. Okay, let me repeat the question. Which 4 players from Iceland, Israel, Kenya, and Lithuania won the UEFA European Cup or the Champions League medals? So you gotta give me the answers, but you gotta be on my YouTube channel. Believe me, you gotta be on my YouTube live. Okay, so Matthias Abba, say good morning to Mr. Idafematu Esogene. I love your red outfit this morning. Thank you very much. It's Liverpool. Sir, please, the question for those of us just tuning in, I just mentioned the question now. Good morning, Mr. Elebote. The answer to the question is, okay, you didn't put the answer. McDonald, Maria Edris, Jankulovsky, Yossi, Jankulovska, Yossi Benayu, Edogud Johnson. Nah. Divine Taka is Edogud Johnson, Iceland, Barcelona in 2009, Avi Cohen, Israel. Oh, somebody's got the answer, right? And Avi Cohen, Israel, and Liverpool, 1981, and McDonald Mariga, Kenya, and Inter Milan 2010. Edgaras Jankulovsky, Lithuania, and FC Porto 2004. Put your hands together for my winner. 20 gigabytes of data just been zapped out of my pocket like that. Too quick. I thought it was going to drag for the whole week. So tomorrow I need to come back with another question, maybe for 10 gig. You know, like we have to move. Every week is every question day is 10 gig, right? But I had to move it from last week to this week because nobody wanted. That's why we're having 20 gig today. So it's normally by tomorrow it's going to be 10 gig. Okay, so Divine, okay, you are the winner. That's exactly the answer. And you know perfectly well, you state the country, the club they played for, the year they won it. Perfect. That is perfect. That's exactly what I want. You just give me my answer. If you guys think I'm lying, yes, so say this is my quiz. This quiz was put together on the 31st of December 2019. Back then when I was still just an upcoming, starting this radio as an upcoming. And I said, which 4 players from Iceland, Israel, Kenya, and Lithuania won the UEFA European Cup or Champions League? And the reason why I put the UEFA European Cup, because if I'd asked the question, I said Champions League, people will be calculating from 1992 when the Champions League started, and then it will be unfair. And by the time they don't get the answer, it will come across like I am the one that made them not to get the answer. So that's why I put the UEFA European Cup, because that's what the Champions League used to be called, or the Champions League medals. Idogo Johnson of Barcelona in 2009. That's my answers. Avi Cohen of Liverpool in 1981. McDonald Mariga of Inter Milan in 2010. And Edgaras Jankauskas, FC Porto 2004. I don't know where you guys begin to get all the yes in the name, this one, that one, na 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 na. This is my answer. Okay? And Divine Tokay has won it. I'm sorry. So now we can move on past the quiz and let's get talking. Ask your question, raise issues. One question I want to ask those of you who saw the Super Eagles play, please, did they play with pattern? Were they also clueless? Because after we lost on Thursday last week, everybody said they were clueless, they were useless. Ganatron doesn't have a pattern, they don't know how they are playing. You had 6 years or 5 years to put this team together and they're not playing well, blah, 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 blah. So please, guys, I need your opinion. Where is Yomiti that was on fire and raining fire and brimstone? Let's have a conversation around that. Okay, so Ima Zubes on Facebook said good morning. And he's raising his hand. I don't know why he's raising his hand. Chris B. Ade, he said, I agree to you. Okori mocks his shoes. He said, boss, we can't hear you. Really? You can't hear me? Take it from your side. The audio, everything is set out clear here. Boss, we can't hear you. Okay, I fixed it already. Was my mistake. Okay, good. Good job. Blessing Okoji. Okay, that's on Facebook. So let's get back to the sporting conversations. Heroic is a pattern call. Did we play with pattern? Did we have a formation? Did we play well? I didn't see the game. Liar. I'm not a good liar. I just can't lie to see my life right now. I did see the game anyway. Okay, so let me not deceive myself. Okay, Chelsea have agreed a new contract with 25-year-old Denmark defender Andres Christensen. With the finishing touches being made to the deal before an announcement is made. That is according to the best transfer update man on Twitter. Fabrizio Romano is the one that said it. And if he says it, it comes to pass. He is the Zeus of transfer update. Italy midfielder Marco Verratti, one of the best right now. I mean, this guy shot like take out the whole Manchester City midfield. Says he intends to spend the rest of his career at French club Paris Saint-Germain. That will give Leonardo a breath of fresh air. Yes, the trilogy came about a Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, and once again, the man who is the Zeus of boxing. I think it was the greatest boxing fight that we've seen in a long while. That's the only boxing fight that could rival the Thriller in Manila. It was brawling, it was slugging, it was punching, it was everything you need in a boxing fight. Yes, people say that Wilder didn't live up to it. That's because you don't know the beast that is Tyson Fury. You know, the way Tyson Fury look without muscles, people always kind of like underrate him, but that guy is a beast. You know, this is how I tag it. Tyson Fury is a Goliath that have God on his side, fighting against a David without God. Right? That's just how I put it. Tyson Fury, let me come in. Tyson Fury is a Goliath that have God on his side, fighting against a David without God. Come on, that guy is a beast. And I'm advising Anthony Joshua, just let Usyk beat you second fight, collect your money, and fade out of the scene. Because if this Fury gets you, they will revoke your British citizenship. They will beat the British out of you. Start speaking Yoruba, like clear Yoruba. Don't just be hearing clear Yoruba. They will not be mixing. Give me base. You will not be giving me base. You'll be giving me Okorimeta. I'm telling you, like if Fury beats Anthony Joshua, it's Okorimeta that Don Jazz will be mixing for him, not give me base. Okay, so if you understand what I'm saying, it's that advert that they did for Globe. But again, I'm just saying this. So this is just me asking off the cuff. Why is it that everybody that Glow sponsors always fall apart? These were good. Glow showed up. They broke up. They went from the #1 artist in Africa to upcoming. Anthony Joshua was good. Glow showed up. I don't know. I didn't say anything. This is October. I don't want to raise another protest. Let's just Let's just have some fun, okay? So, all of the stories that are going on, of all these coaches that I'm mentioning alongside Newcastle, which of them do you really think have the requisite capacity to do something? Anthony Conte has been mentioned, Steven Gerrard has been mentioned, Brendan Rodgers has been mentioned, different names have been mentioned. Who do you think have what it takes to do something and really get them going? And then another question: how long do you think this project, the review, the Newcastle review, is going to take before the lift hoist the title, the English Premier League title? Oh, okay. This guy said just two examples. Okay, no, there's actually a lot. There's actually a lot. I just don't want to make the show about that. There's like on Friday, is on Sunday evening when me and my friends were talking. The list goes on. The list is endless. Okay, but let's just leave that one for that's like side talk. That's not like the main gist of the show. So another question that bothers me is who is the manager of Smiley says that Antonio Conte looks like one that can build a solid team. I agree with you too. Who's the manager of Anthony Martial? Because it seems like Anthony Martial seems to have a mojo on Manchester United so much that he can't even like it feels like it's untouchable. You know the way he behaves, he's walking out of the field, he have this Sean Amadi attitude that I used to get very angry about. Like this still have, I'm untouchable, you can't touch me. I don't care whether you play me or you don't play me. If you play me, I score or I don't score. You like substitute me. There's just this cold, mean look in it. And he's playing in a big club. And then people like Paul Onuachu are scoring 40 goals a season. People like Esimi Wako are scoring 20 goals a season. And they can get a good club. They're playing for Salamalata. I mean, where that club? Yeah, Malatin, Salamanca, and Genk. Like Jen going to the toilet. How can we get them to be in top club? That's the thing. Who's managing these guys? Who's working with them? Well, I don't know, but let's just see how it goes. Now let's talk about France and Spain. It was a battle between experience and youth. Okay, but then the French team have a balance of youth and experience as well. It's not as if they didn't have young players on their side. They have Mbappe, who is the flash. Okay, Mbappe is the flash. He can run. He's Barry in flash. Like not Wally. He's Barry. Like Barry Allen. He can run. That nigga can run. Jesus Christ. What did they give him? What kind of antenatal did the mother do before he was born? Okay, so this is how Daily Mail captured the game. The Spanish press has slammed as an injustice the decision to allow Kylian Mbappe's winner for France to stand in the UEFA Nations League finals. Spain fell to 2-1 defeat in the showpiece on Sunday night, but the decisive goal came in controversial fashion. What is football without controversy? What is football without controversy? Okay, Paris Saint-Germain star forward Mbappe slotted the ball home after clearly being in an offside position. Yes, I saw that too. I don't know what your take is on that matter. They said the pass was deflected. That's ridiculous. That's very, very ridiculous. Somebody that is that fast is also in an outside position. Come on. Man. Footage of the incident showed that Mbappe was standing behind Spain's last man when the ball was played. Okay. However, the match official, which included Premier League referee Anthony Taylor, felt the Spain defender Eric Garcia had deliberately touched the ball. Therefore, they treated everything after that moment as a new phase of play. I don't agree. I actually don't agree. But hey, that's just the way it is. So Smiley said, I love the way he backs himself to beat a player, even when you think he should just hold the ball and pass back. Yeah, I love that too about him. But sometimes I just think that, well, he's at the stage where he should just do that. So Smiley, just like Man City's goal against Villa, okay? As it stands, the rules currently states that a player in an offside position receiving the ball from an opponent who deliberately plays the ball, including deliberate handball, is not considered to have gained an advantage. All right. Okay, Spain midfielder Sergio Busquets criticized VAR for allowing the 80th minute winner to stand, and the Spanish paper have also lamented the decision. I'm coming. When I'm done with this, I'm coming. I'm going somewhere. Michael Reed, they are changing football. Meanwhile, AS remain positive about their national team's display on Sunday night with the headline, "No title, but with a future." France newspaper, Lequip said, did not mention, Lequip did not mention the controversial offside call at all in their edition on Monday. Why would we mention it when we are celebrating as champions? I mean, it doesn't make sense, does it? Okay. Speaking after the game, Busquets said the referee told us that Eric Garcia wanted to play the ball and that kills the offside. But he wanted to play the ball because the ball would have reached Mbappe, who was offside. It doesn't make sense. Garcia added, Mbappe is offside. The referee tells me that I tried to play the ball. What should I do? Leave the ball next time. Let him be offside. That's what you should do. Okay, step aside and let him run. Apparently, that's the rule. Yes, see, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. In this place, substitute truth with the rule. You shall not, because if your leg did not touch the ball, if you wanted to play the ball, then you play the ball. If you don't want, if you want to play the ball and you didn't play the ball and you kick the ball and it goes to Mbappe, hello, are you with me? You have interfered with the ball. So the rules change. That's the rule. They are not beautiful, but it's the rule. But I'm coming. I'm going somewhere with this. Let me finish. Garcia added, Mbappe is offside. The referee tells me that I tried to play the ball. What should I do? Step aside and let him run. Apparently, that's the rule. Cesar Azpilicueta told the guy who have glue in his skin, his jersey does not fly. No matter how he's talking from start to finish like civil servant. Okay? Azpilicueta told Sky Sports, the referee is there to make decision. What I'm more disappointed about is that the referee who makes the decision is not Mr. Anthony Taylor, who was here. It's the one who is in the VAR. I think the monitor is there to use it. Every time we have meetings with the referees, we say the same, and I don't know why he don't go to the monitor and see for himself if it's deliberate play or not. The offside is very clear, and the referee watching the reviews in the office says that he can play the ball, which I don't think so. Okay, Spain boss Luis Enrique was equally as annoyed, but kept his card close to his chest, saying, "Difficult. I would like to talk, but I'm not going into that. I have nothing to say." That's where it matters. Now let me come from this angle. I'm gonna play it differently. Barcelona, Real Madrid, they've all benefited from dubious and crazy decisions from referee. And you know the saying, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. What goes around comes around. I'm trying to work on my rap in case this whole thing doesn't work. I could go to the studio and drop an EP. You know, never a time the Spanish media come out crying or shouting that, oh, we've robbed people. Remember the Robin Van Persie red card at the Nou Camp? Ordinarily, Barcelona will beat Arsenal. Why do they need to give Robin Van Persie, the most potent Arsenal player, a red card for them to score 4 goals? That I can't tell. And the red card, the Vrebo incident, Chelsea versus Barcelona, Spanish media didn't see anything wrong with it. As a matter of fact, Marca and Global and AS all said that Drogba was unruly. That's the comment. That he was unruly. He lacks sportsmanship. He doesn't understand the game. Blah blah blah. Now it's happening to them, and all of a sudden they are raging. There is a righteous indignation on the side of the Spanish paper. That's not balanced journalism as far as I'm concerned. Well, so Smiley said that's true. If he intended to touch the ball, then Mbappe is. If he didn't touch the ball, then Mbappe is offside. Yes, that's what I said. I was telling my wife, I said, listen, if this guy, just raise his hand and let the ball go, Mbappe is offside. This conversation will not be easy to discuss. But the very minute he touched the ball, one way or the other, the conversation changes because he played him out. That's the way it is. That's the new rule now. So you have to know the rules. All right, Sunday says, good morning, Mr. Elevator. Newcastle should possibly price Pochettino away from PSG. Conte rejected them when they approached him. They should just go for Poch. Poch is not a good coach. And at this stage, Poch is not a good coach. I don't think Poch is the guy that they need. Is proving his mentor already in the EPL. Which mentor he prove? Prove what he not prove nothing, no. Prove him, he not prove nothing. Nothing. He proved zero. Zero pedigree. Nothing. Not prove nothing. So let's leave that one of prove. Prove or what? Prove nothing. Don't prove nothing. They don't give him credit where he does not deserve it. All right, in Facebook, this Dexterous Henry celebrated. Fury is always better than Wilder. Okay, AJ needs to watch it. I don't think Fury AJ will happen. I don't think, because in my head, I'm not sure that AJ can beat Usyk in the second fight in the rematch next year. And if he doesn't beat him in the rematch, that's never going to happen. So I'm not even raising my hope on Anthony Joshua fighting Fury, unless this is what might happen eventually when Fury is near retirement and is not, really throwing it again. They will not make Anthony Joshua a challenger for the unification bets that for all the bets that Fury have, and then Anthony Joshua might end up beating him. But I think first Fury will beat Usyk. That I'm sure of. I think Fury will beat, like Fury will keep knocking him down like hammer on a nail head. Like it will hammer him down. That's the way I see that going down, because the height difference. I don't think that Usyk hand will ever touch the face of Fury. That's me thinking anyway. Anything can happen. Maybe he would wear jump sneakers that day. He would be bouncing up. I don't know. That's one. AJ should go hang out with DJ Copy. Copy that. Should go hang out with DJ Copy. I'm probably gonna do skits with them, Don Jazzy and then Chris Klein and the rest of them. Right now, I think boxing is the people that are boxing right now. They are here. My pain was the way Ifajaba fought against Sanchez. It was just chasing him all around the ring, and Sanchez was running. He just couldn't place that heavy punch that he normally gives to people. I was waiting for the knockdown. It was even if that went on his knees and to say Uncle Mingo. It was sad, but I mean, boxing is boxing. That happens. Sometimes when they knock you in your head, your leg. I don't know, but every time they knock people in their head, it's always their leg that give way. It's crazy, The brain box just disconnect and then the leg lose balance. But hey, that happens. Okay, Desteras Eri said, where is the bro Sean Amadi? Sean Amadi is in the US, somewhere in Maryland. Everyone here in London knows Fury will beat Joshua. I think so too. I'd say it's not even like I don't think that one like very hard or stressing myself thinking about it. Joshua no go fit fight. This Joshua no go fit fight Tyson Fury. Abaya Michelle, you say good morning, sir. My question is that despite Morata not being top striker, how come he has played for top clubs in Europe, Chelsea, Inter Milan, Atletico de Madrid? What is he doing right? He's got a good agent. He's got a very good agent. He's got somebody who knows how to open the doors of the right clubs and working. So let me tell you one thing about football. Okay, it's actually players that make an agent, but then there are also some super agents. There's super agents like Mino Raiola who have very good relationship with coaches and clubs, club president, and they're like, okay, this is my player. I think you should sign this player. When you do, it's going to have a good season, and then you can transfer him because it's got a record of playing for big club. Somebody's going to come buy him from you, and I will give you get a good deal and all that. And that happened. Mario Nathaniel say, congrats, Divine. Divine Tokoye say, anyone who says Ganatro does not have pattern does not know football. I agree with you on that one. Matthias Abba Jacob say, if Fury fights this wide at 7 times, he will continue to beat him. He's a beast. I agree completely. I mean, Fury is the guy you send to kill the boogeyman. He's actually the guy who will kill John Wick. Okay, so John Wick is the guy that kills the boogeyman. Fury is the guy that kills John Wick. He is a beast. He goes down and he comes up. He fights. He does boxing like he's fighting Tai Chi. He uses your energy against you. You burn out in the first 5 rounds, and then he comes at you completely mad. He's a different kind of boxer. I don't think the world has ever seen a boxer like him. Not even George Foreman with his size was like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury takes the beating. It's not like he doesn't take it. He takes it, he absorbs it, but then he releases it back to you. Like he vomits all of the things that you've given to him. And I mean, every fight that is fought with Wilder is bust his ear, extended his lip. Yeah, he has extended his lip. Like, he's done terrible things to that guy every time. I'm sure that Wilder all of his life will be seeing Tyson Fury in his dream. Who Fury? Fury is coming. He will never watch the movie Fist of Fury in his life ever again. Okay. Matthias Abba Jacob, he said, many people who say that Raw doesn't have pattern are just saying whatever comes their mind. The most important is that we've won, and that's true. Okay, next game we need to beat Cape Verde. When we beat Cape Verde, we need 4 points actually to top this group. That's all things being equal. But if we beat Cape Verde, and then Liberia is not a big deal. I think Cape Verde is going to be the last game we play. So we'll beat Liberia first, and then we'll wait for Cape Verde here in Lagos and, get through it. That is hoping that Cape Verde also gets a good result over Central African Republic. If they don't, once we beat Liberia, this group is done and dusted. Okay. Divine Tokyo said, with Conte, it might take this season and the next for Newcastle to get where they may need. Any other solid coach may take 3 years or more. So my take on Newcastle is that Newcastle will find their feet in the next 4 seasons. But before then, they need to sign right. All those players that they mentioned earlier on, that they are the players that they're looking at, I think that those players they are worse than the current players that they have. Now that Newcastle have money, you now realize that the players that Newcastle currently have, poverty. And poverty make person go market, go buy bone. Poverty. I make person go market, buy bone, say bone, they give Casio. Now you now look at the current Newcastle players and you realize that Jesus Christ, what would they do with these players? Divine Harmony Toke, he said, I should suggest a creative midfielder for the Super Eagles. The thing about national team is you cannot sign a midfielder. So let me try to solve the creative problem with the Super Eagles. They have players that can solve it, but unfortunately, most of them are still playing to the gallery. I think that, and this is not me disrespecting them, but the players of the Super Eagles are not really experienced. Even Osimhen, I saw Osimhen yesterday, and I was saying to myself, like, if this guy can just have a cool head, he will score a lot of goals. He just needs to be calm. It's not. Osimhen needs to be calm. If Osimhen can be a tad bit calm and play the game with a bit of composure, go back and study Messi. Inside the box, Messi is a study in composure and calmness. So it makes him, Messi enjoys goals that he scores. Most strikers, like Osimhen, they just score the goal, they just get the ball and hope to God that it will go to the net. There is no precision in their thinking before playing the ball. If you look at that ball where Osimhen got past the goalkeeper and he played the ball and the defender defended that ball, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Messi, man, those guys are on a different level anyway. But those like advanced players would step up a bit, right? And stay calm. It is that calmness that is missing. So let's look at some creative players in the Super League, because most times I hear people say, "Oh, we don't have creative players. The players are not creative." We have. It's just that the mental strength to understand what to do and what not to do in a football game. It's very, very important. Look at Shudera Ejuke. Shudera Ejuke would take any team apart. But you see, there is this thing that my coach in Sweden, Stoggebas, once asked me. He said, after you're done dribbling, what next? Because it is the answer to that question that really defines you, whether you are going to turn out to be a great player or you're just going to be an also run, just any other player there. So when Chidera Aduke is done dribbling and breaking people apart, sitting people on the floor like what Okocha used to do, throwing his leg and people falling under the anointing like it's Stevie Joshua or Benny He or Pastor Chris Oyakilome, what does he do next? Does he take a decision and say, okay, I have run down these players, I've been exhausted, let me lay the pass on the plates, like a Xavi or Andres Iniesta or Kevin De Bruyne or Mesut Ozil at his prime? What does he do next? The same for Moses Simon. Moses Simon just is one of the most wasteful players in the team right now. But the coach trusts him. What is he doing with that trust? I don't know. And then they need to also work on their running, the timing of their running. Every player seems to be running into the same direction. The ball is coming from the right, everybody is going to first goal. The ball is coming from the left, everybody is going to first goal. There should be distribution of runs. Somebody should be on the first goal, somebody should be in the middle, and somebody should be in the last goal. These are basics anyway. These are basic things that you see in football. I don't know why it's looking like rocket science. And I'm going to have a conversation we're going to throw on that one. Maybe it's a private conversation. Probably I will have to interview him again and raise it publicly. Because sometimes when you say you're going to have a conversation with the coach, people think that you're just saying it doesn't happen, and sometimes you just want to do it. But sometimes too, you don't want to embarrass people, so you want to have like a private conversation, like, Coach, I think you can do this, you can do that. Disastrous Henry said Conte is the man that Newcastle need. Desterous Henry said Willock will suffer on the bench. You see, Conte and Zidane, who do you suggest? I think Conte will do a build-up work. Zidane has not shown that he can work with players that are not superstar. That's why he left Madrid. So I would suggest that Zidane might come later. I think Zidane is primed for the Paris Saint-Germain job or the French job. But Didier Deschamps has proven that he doesn't want to leave the French job because he keeps winning. Who sacks a coach that keeps winning? Didier Deschamps might decide to go coach club next, maybe in the future. But Zidane right now holding up for that French job seems like a job that he cannot have. Yeah, Zidane really desperately wants to coach players like Karim Benzema alongside Mbappe and the rest of them. Another thing that Didier Deschamps has proven that his invitation of Karim Benzema was not a bad invitation, because he's gone ahead now. He's won the World Cup with Griezmann, Olivier Giroud combination, and Mbappe. Now he's won the Euros Nations with Benzema and Mbappe's combination, which is a very, very good and smart one. I don't think that this is the time for Zidane to go to Newcastle. They need a four phases of coaches to start the grand work. First, clear up the rubbish, build up the foundation, raise it up, and then when it's time to do the final fitting, that's where people like Zidane will come in. Even a Pep Guardiola cannot come to this Newcastle and win anything. So these are not coaches that comes to start work. These are not, some pastors cannot go and start a new church. When you call those pastors, you set up a very big church and you put them there to retain the members, because they will do the right gymnastics and keep people going. But I don't think that Zidane is the coach for Newcastle today. That's why, even if you look at the names that they are mentioning some small coaches, them Steven Gerrard. These are, when you buy a very big piece of land, the first thing you do, you look for laborers to come and clear the bush. And then you look for some contractors to come and do excavation. That's depending on the project you want to build. If you want to build a high rise, you look for contractors to come and do excavating, clear up the mud, and then you start tying up heavy pillars of foundation, rods, and all of those things. When you're done with that and you raise it to a very solid and stable level, depending on maybe you want to do underground parking system or you want to build from ground up, then you will not call companies like them, GCAP and the rest of them, to really put it together. And then you bring design men to do the fitting, and then it becomes very attractive. So I think for now, this is my opinion, I might be wrong. I think for now, all of this mention of Zidane, somebody said Jose Mourinho, somebody said Pep Guardiola, they should price Pep Guardiola out of Man City. I don't think this is the time. Even you're a club, this is not the time. These guys are Ferrari, Maybach, Lamborghini, these are special vehicles that you don't just put out. They are not off-road vehicles. What you need now are off-road coaches that would help to displace the Willocks of this world and the rest of the players that they are, Jolinton and John Joe Shelby, kick them out alongside Steve Bruce them out of the team. And then you bring in the guys who will start bringing upgrade to this great group of players. Then they'll make their small money. You kick them out again. Those ones will come and take 50% of them out, and then bring in another upgrade of those ones. Another one will come and take 25% of them out, and then a team is formed, and then they'll start winning and winning and winning and winning. And then they'll start the project. Okay, we're done winning the league. We want to go win the Champions League. Let's get it done. You see how Chelsea did it? Started out by winning the league. They let Ranieri go. They brought in Jose Mourinho, won the league back to back. Then they were struggling from Champions League, and then eventually they got Champions League in 2012. Now they have an habit of winning European titles, 2 Champions League, 2 Europa Cup, and then league titles and FA Cup and Carling Cup go together. I think that's the same model that Newcastle is going to apply. I'm not sure they're going to have a patient model that says, let's wait till thy kingdom come. No, the investment is too big. £305 million to buy the club already. Mike Ashley is already planning. I want to go buy Debbie Canty and invest. Who wouldn't do that anyway? If you buy Debbie Canty again, bring them to the Premier League and put them in a place where you can sell again, maybe this time around for 600 million or 700 million. Who knows? But final question before I go. Who do you think, of the 20 clubs in the Premier League right now, who's the biggest loser with the arrival of Newcastle? Who's the biggest loser? Like, who's the team that would suffer the most displacement? of all the teams in the Premier League currently? Who suffers the most displacement? That's the question that I ran up with. Coming up after the show by 10 is Peter. We're not there. Let's talk about it. I cite you. Thank you very much. Masses. Okay. And where is this? Where is this? Peter. Okay. At 10, as I'm signing out, that will be there for you. So, who do you think? For me, I think the biggest people, the biggest loser, once again, is my club, Arsenal Football Club. So, Arsenal were number 2, second in command. Number 2, second in command to Manchester United. Every time that Manchester United loses a title, Arsenal was there to mop up and win. And then they went that season unbeaten, and then Jose Mourinho came in and changed everything. Okay, somebody's asking me a question. Let me read that first. Divine, he said Arsenal or Tottenham will be one of the biggest losers. I think it's Arsenal. Tottenham was never there, so let's leave that. Why are people mentioning Tottenham? Tottenham was not there. Tottenham was given a title to win for free. Leicester came out of nowhere to win it. Leave Tottenham. Leave Tottenham out of the conversation. Okay, so Arsenal were number 2, and then Chelsea came and stepped up. And then dry bones shall rise again. Liverpool stepped up to the plate. And then there was a time in 2016 where everybody went to sleep. Arsenal just couldn't even step up. Leicester City stepped up, and they've been holding their ground since. But even at that, the rest of the big boys have always made sure that they are not invited to the top 4 party. Okay, strictly by invitation. So the big boys always hold on to that spot, and back to back now, they've missed out on the top 4 the last 2 seasons. Then Man City found money, and they forced their way into the top 4. Arsenal keep going down. Now you have Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, and Chelsea holding the top 4. And then they decided to encourage Arsenal and made it a top 6. And then from top 6, Arsenal fell out of the top 6 and went to top 8. Now Newcastle is coming. Definitely somebody's going to drop, because Newcastle is a bottom 10 club. Now Newcastle is going to wear their boots with rockets on it, and they're going to fly up. As they come up, somebody's going to drop from the top 4 and then come down. It means that it seems like Arsenal will drop. I don't count Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur is just seat filler. You know, if you ever watch Grammy Award or major awards, there are some people at the back. You never see their face there, but they're seat fillers. Okay, that's Tottenham Hotspur. They're not contending for anything. Divine Toke said with Conte, it may take this season and the next for Newcastle to get where they need. I think I've read that before. Any other coach may take 3 years or more. And remember, said the biggest loser is Arsenal. Arsenal go suffer, but then Arsenal needs 2 things. Either the owner, he's done building this $5.5 billion stadium, and I respect him for that. He's still being able to hold Arsenal tied together. Either he comes back and invests heavily on the club, or he decides to sell. But before he sells, he should look for real big money bags to sell to. Not all these people who have $2 billion and they're trying to be famous. Because what Arsenal need right now is an investment that would, first of all, in the next 3 years, will chunk up anybody who have that kind of money, will chunk up $500 million from you straight up. Okay, and then if Arsenal start competing with the guys that are there, so you need to put up a project in the hands of somebody. You see Newcastle being owned by somebody who have $450 billion. Man, these people, we are not the same money now. I'm not cut soap for us. Okay, I'm not never cut soap for us. I'm not just wash the foam. Give us the foam water, the soap water. I'm not going to use a bath. We don't even need the soap again. But just the water when I use the bath, when I need the flusher, just give us the dirty water like that. We're not dirty na perfume for our body right now. Somebody get group of people get 400 and something billion. What's happen? They get money past Nigeria. Well, we've come to the end of the line. About for this morning, Divine, we would have to, okay, I'll reach out to you. It's easy for me to reach out to you. I know that you're in Nigeria, what network you are on, and I would send you your data. Thank you very much, everybody. Yes, the Steros Henry, it's a QSI will buy Arsenal. That's sure. Okay. Well, I think tomorrow I will talk a little bit on this QSI, because you've been raising this question for a while now. I need to do serious research. All over London, the news is gathering. QSI, go buy Arsenal. Okay, do they have money? Do they have, like, it's not just buying Arsenal. Do they have a club? Because one thing is to buy the club. That's how, instead of selling Usmanov with dividend on his team, we decide to sell to an American, because to English people, they watch too much American movie. They think that all Russians are bad. Chelsea have Russian, 2 Champions League, two Europa Cup. We refuse to go the Russian way. We choose the American way. Look at what it has done to us. I think I'm going to check out the whole QSI thing, and then I'll come back with the conversation tomorrow. Thank you very much, Victor Malalu. Dexterous Henry from the UK. Thank you for always joining in on our live stream. God bless you. And thanks to everybody. Congratulations to Divine Harmony Tokay. Your 20 gigabytes will get to you before the end of the day. Once again, my name is Daphne Matthew Esogana. It's been a lovely time being on the show with you people. I like the show the way it is, the format the way it is good. Anything goes in the sporting space. I mean, I'm not just shoving up all the things that I've put together in your throat. We all are having a conversation together. Do have yourself a lovely, fantastic, and amazing day. And like I always say, be part of those people that are contributing to make the universe a better place. Don't be among those people that are pouring negative energy all over the place. Find somebody that you would influence, impact, and direct to a good light. But also look for somebody that will mentor you, influence you, and direct you to a good light as well. One man once asked me, what do you listen to? What do you read? What do you feed yourself? They matter a lot in the final analysis of your life. If you don't like the way it is, change some of the things that you consume, not just food. Change some of the things that you consume in videos, in terms of audios, in terms of information, and people you gather around with, and you just might see a better world. Train your eyes and your mind to see good in people instead of suspecting and feeling like everybody is a bad person and you're the only saint, because you know that you cannot be the only saint in the universe. That's how I leave you guys today. My name is Ida Fimache. Second, you love to come in the Legote on the Sports. It's been lovely on the Sports Buffet on the Legote TV Radio. Help us to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Legote TV Sports. Help us to grow, because one day when we grow, we just might be employing you, your brother, your sister, your friend, somebody that you know, and we just might be helping things to go. God bless you, and have for yourself a lovely and fantastic day. I love you guys as always. Thank you.